So, one of the things I want to get into your mind straight away is getting an idea of who makes a really great candidate for this service. And in short, really everybody is a great candidate, but I want to really dissect who make the best candidates to make it really easy for you to go after those groups of people. Because if you just go after the obvious folks, the people who are just obviously in need of your service, you're going to miss out on a whole bunch of other people that also really need review and reputation management service, and is just going to widen the opportunity to sell this again and again. All right, so let's talk about who makes a great candidate. So everyone, but let's say a little bit more about that. The obvious ones, let's start there. People who have no reviews, obvious candidate. When you go on any of the major sites, Google, Yelp, Facebook, these are the ones that you're going to see that have no reviews, and they might be thinking wrongly that they're fine. Hey, I'm flying under the radar, no big deal, not positive, not negative. I'm just going to stay where I'm at. I'm comfortable. The risk there is one bad review could totally ruin everything. And what's worse, if that happens without them knowing about it, it could be going on for a long time without them understanding that that's what's making the negative impact on their overall business. The other category is somebody who has less than a 5 star, right? I mean, makes sense. Somebody who has like a 2.8 or a 1.8 star is a great candidate for help with that. So be on the lookout for things like that. So now that we've covered those obvious categories, the ones that you probably already knew about, I want to talk about the other bigger group of people that are really important to be paying attention to, because these are the ones that you can make a really solid argument as to why they need your service as well, and go from a group of opportunity that's really large to an ocean of prospects and current clients of yours that need this service. So the first one I really like is somebody who has a 5 star rating, but they have few reviews. So they might be sitting there thinking, hey, we're good, we got 5 stars, everybody loves us, everything's going great. But they have 4, 5, 6 reviews in total, which is wonderful. But one bad review could totally change their overall rating. If they had 500 reviews, a 1 star review wouldn't impact their overall rating that much. So it's a great spot to be in, 5 star reviews, but not having enough reviews really is a scary spot for a lot of business to be in, even though they may not recognize it until it's too late. The other one that I really like is a competitor of theirs that has lots more reviews than them. One of the stats that we'll cover in this training is how people not only look at the overall rating and the grade of a business, but they also look at the number of reviews. And it's a way to kind of measure trustworthiness. So if 300 people said that this company's great, and then another 4 people said that this other company's great, if you're basing it just off of that and they're both 5 star reviews, which one are you going to choose? And you may go in and read the reviews and there's other factors, but that initial call, that initial opportunity, which is where a lot of buying decisions happen, could be swayed by more reviews. So somebody who's sitting there and has a competitor that has tons of great reviews means that they've obviously invested and obviously put a lot of work into making sure their reputation was visible online, is going to be a really compelling factor for a business that doesn't have that. And I'll tell you, people don't like being outdone by their competitors. And when you can present those two things as showing that your competitor has more than you do, it's a huge opportunity to show them where there's that gap. And it's more than just a trick, it's real live business decisions happening on that. The other one I really like is a competitor that has a very similarly low rating. So, do the search and competitor A has, a 2.8 star, and the other competitor has 2.7, and your prospective client has a 2.8 also. And there's really no distinguishing factor between any of them other than, the names of their businesses, and there's not really a difference in the number of reviews. Well, guess what? When everybody's kind of on a level playing field there, it makes an excellent opportunity if your client gets more reviews and gets a bunch of 5 star reviews, their average rating can shoot up pretty quickly. And in comparison of these other competitors, they're going to have a much better rating and a much better opportunity to capture the prospects that could be calling them instead. So that's one that you just don't want to overlook, because some businesses might think, well, yeah, everybody leaves bad reviews for us, and everybody has an issue. But you can really just change their perception by showing them that. And I'll share a quick story. We were working with a traffic school, and they had just a really abysmal rating. And guess why? It wasn't because their traffic school sucked. It was because people were pissed off that they got the ticket in the first place. So, where could they unleash their fury and anger about the fact that they feel that they were wrongly ticketed? Well, there's no place to really do that with, the city government or the policeman that pulled them over, whatever it is. They were able to give feedback and review about the traffic school. So their mentality going into this was, well, all traffic schools get bad ratings just because that's our industry and that's what happens. People aren't happy about having to use us, but we provide a needed service. Well, you know what we did? We enrolled them in this program, and we got them a ton of 5-star reviews. And in a very short period of time, we're talking a couple weeks, they went from a 3.5 star to a 4.8. So that's a huge jump. And guess what? When you're looking at the list of places you're going to go to traffic school, which one are you going to pick? And that's made a great example of somebody who really just was okay with having a bad rating and turning it into an opportunity to outpace a competitor and really make that happen. So the last one I want to cover is really important, because somebody might be sitting there with a 5-star review and they have 500 reviews. Great, right? Nothing you can help them with, right? Wrong. Really, what you can do here is show them, if they have the last review was months ago or years ago, recency of reviews is really important too. Reviews is something that we want to kind of add on an ongoing basis every month, that there's new reviews and new activity. This is sending positive social signals to the people who are looking at these reviews and evaluating these companies. And so, and this is how you can justify, charging this on a recurring basis, either monthly or yearly, so that way you can continue to help them attract those 5-star reviews. So finding people who, they may have on the surface a great situation for their business, a great review, great overall rating, but if it's been a few months or a few years since their last review, they make a great candidate as well. So I'm hoping you get to see here that reviews really are for everybody, and every business really needs this, because it's an ever-changing landscape. Reviews are not just set it once, do it once, and then walk away from it. If these businesses are continuing to operate, they're going to continue to have experiences and interactions with clients, and in time, they may experience kind of all these different categories of where their reviews are at in relation to their own business and their competitors. So I want you to start thinking about who you can go after, who are the obvious candidates that you might know that are really great to build a proposal for, and then who are the ones that are not so obvious. And be thinking about that and understanding that if somebody tells you that, no, I don't think this is for me, I don't think this would help me, realize that probably 9.9 out of 10 times they're wrong. There is a reason why they need this service, and they need your help. All right, so let's move on to the next section.